Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. As always, I'm Sam.
And I'm Koaty, and this is Koaty Sam. And today we have a little story time for you.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how we met, which we have talked about many times before, but we thought we'd throw it in another video for you.
Yeah, it's pushed way down there.
I know, yeah, it was basically our first video. So, yeah, we figured we'd talk about how we met because it's been 3.5 years now together, and we're engaged now. That's new, so...
We're not new, but newer.
Newer, so... Yeah. Time flies, I guess.
Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. And it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong, babe. You're simply the best, better than all the rest.
Having a great time together. So do you want me to tell it? Do you want to tell it? I don't know. I had a boyfriend at the time when we met, so that's always the big fun factor of the story. But we met at New York World Pride, which was gay pride in New York. And that was summer 2019.
And I was coming. I was living in Philadelphia. I was living in Philadelphia at the time, and Philly's like an hour train ride from New York, so it was an easy decision for me to go to World Pride in New York in 2019.
And I'm so happy you did.
So I was staying with my best girlfriend, my friend Corey, who lives here in LA. Asked if he could stay with me, and I said yes. So him and I kind of decided to be partners in crime for the whole weekend.
And you'd only met Corey like 2 months before. You had gone to Coachella and met him and met a lot of the people that I hung out with here in LA.
I actually met him at a friend's birthday party here in LA like a couple months before.
Yeah.
And met our whole group of friends that we have now.
Yeah, but I didn't go to that party. Just coincidentally. So I did not meet him until we were in New York Pride, and Corey brought him to our friend's pregame, and I had a boyfriend at the time, and my ex-boyfriend, didn't get to New York until the next day, so I met him without my ex-boyfriend, and we didn't really talk that night. We didn't really talk throughout the weekend until the last night. We all went to see Kygo, and that was when me and my ex were like, hey, that guy's kind of cute. We should take him home with us.
But rewinding back to the first time I met, Corey brought me over to like a pregame, and it was all LA people, so I didn't really know anyone. So, I was trying to make conversation with everybody, but then I noticed him and like thought he was hot and was like trying to flirt with him a little bit, but he was like kind of just giving like no attention. So, which
I think is only fair. You didn't know I had a boyfriend at the time, and he also wasn't there, and I was just being respectful. But I wish I don't know. I think it all worked out perfectly the way it did. But so we took him home as our third that night. My ex and I were both.
No, not that night. We were talking about.
No, yeah, Sunday.
Well, yeah, but I just was talking about Thursday.
Yeah. So, like, the night that we all ended up hanging out was Sunday, and we went to Kygo, and we partied all night together, him, us, Corey, and a couple others, and him and I really hit it off, and we went home, and we had our little fun together, the three of us, and because my ex and I like to do that from time to time, and then a couple weeks later, my ex and I, we were done. I mean, it was pretty much almost done, like, that whole year. We hadn't been dating that long, like not even a year and a half, and it was very rocky. So we ended things a couple weeks after New York Pride, and then you and I started talking pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, and we saw each other for the first time at Market Days in 2019.
Yeah.
And
so that would have been August for those of you.
Pretty much been dating ever since. I was going through something at the time where I kind of wrote off boys, and I was coming out of, the relationship that had the domestic abuse, and I was weirdly ending up hooking up with couples a bunch of times, and I think it was because I thought, if I just hook up with couples, I'm not gonna like fall for anyone because they're couples.
Yeah.
But that,
But like you
changed
like to say,
quickly.
you only hooked up with the both of us to get to me.
Yeah, you know, and as a couple who hooks up with other,
He was not attracted to my ex. That's
Yeah.
just point blank blunt right
Yeah.
there. So, which is fine.
And as a couple who brings thirds in now, we only do it if we're for sure know the third's interested in both of us,
Yeah.
because that doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like we don't want anyone's feelings hurt.
I just wanted to see what you were going to say. I just wanted to see what you were going to say. So yeah, that's how we met. We met at a Pride. He was my third. That ex broke up. We started dating. He moved in 2 months later. And we've been living here in LA ever since. And we just got engaged back in August. And it's been a wild adventure. And thank you guys so much for being a part of that, since we started TikTok and the other stuff we do.
It's really funny, we later found out I was kind of bouncing around LA the few months before we met, and we sat down once and I was like, I was at that party, and he was like, I was at that party. And I was at that party, and I was at that party.
Yeah.
So it was funny, we were just missing each other.
So if you are liking this video and you want us to keep doing them, make sure to hit it, but don't quit it.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that like and subscribe button, and we love you guys.
So we have this week.
Ooh, but wait for next week.
Who lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and I knew Kory.
Yeah, so that's how we met over.
Do you want to say any of that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, I was living in Philadelphia at the time, so I was. Let me start over.
How do we met?
Keep
Like when
laughing.
people
Yeah.
are like, "How did you guys meet?"
Well, I was living in.
Where were you living?
No.